Where does your team stand in our power rankings? Are they first or last?
If you ain't first, you're last.
The competition continues. The NFL draft is behind us, and the results of the three-day event have shuffled up the outlook for many teams as they headed to off-season workouts and training camp. Some teams got better, others got worse. So how did your team do? Let's find out as we take a look at where all 32 NFL teams stand in our latest edition of the official NFL Power Rankings. Number 32, Houston Texans. Previously 32nd. A lack of picks prevented the Texans from doing anything drastic at the draft. With Trevor Lawrence now residing in the AFC South, this group looks poised to finish last in the division. Deshaun Watson's time in Houston is nearing its end. At least the Texans are in good position to get a new franchise quarterback with a top 3 pick in next year's draft. Number 31, Detroit Lions. Previously 30th. We're big fans of the Lions' 2021 offseason. A full-scale rebuild was necessary. Getting Penei Sewell at number 7 overall will go down as a franchise-changing selection. But keep your expectations low. The Lions aren't going to be competitive for a while. And like Houston, they too could find themselves drafting a future franchise quarterback at next year's draft. Number 30, Philadelphia Eagles, previously 28th. Great move by the Eagles to trade up for Devontae Smith. Jalen Hurts will have a much easier time asserting himself as a franchise starter. But this is a retooling phase in Philly. They are several steps behind their NFC East rivals. Expect at least one more year of pain before we see some progress from the Eagles. Number 29, New York Jets, previously 29th. Whew. If any, teams have had a better offseason than the Jets. They have a new franchise quarterback in Zach Wilson, and the front office gave them some much-needed help with the addition of Corey Davis, Michael Carter, and Elijah Moore. The Jets won't be playoff contenders in 2021, but for the first time since the beginning of the Rex Ryan era, the future is actually kind of looking bright for Gang Green. I'm not going to speak too soon though. Number 28, Carolina Panthers, previously 31st. Teddy Bridgewater out, Sam Darnold in. That was the main offseason storyline for Carolina. Fixing the defense was a priority at the draft, which is why it's hard to complain about the J.C. Horn selection at number 8 overall. LSU wideout Terrace Marshall Jr. was a great find in round 2. Might be hard for Carolina to compete in a difficult NFC South, but Matt Rule and company continue to bring this team one step closer. Number 27, Cincinnati Bengals, previously 25th. Hard to complain about the Jamar Chase selection. He and Joe Burrow should light up the scoreboard. The only question is if the Bengals have truly done enough to address their terrible O-line. If Burrow plays all 17 games in 2021, the Bengals should push for close to 7 wins. It's too bad they're stuck in a division that featured 3 playoff teams in 2020. Number 26, Jacksonville Jaguars, previously 26th. Trevor Lawrence alone should quadruple the Jaguars' win total from 2020. The Travis Etienne pick had mixed reviews, but we say good luck to stopping the reunited Clemson duo. Jacksonville won't be the NFL's worst team in 2021. That much we know. Number 25, Atlanta Falcons, previously 27. The Falcons could have drafted Matt Ryan's successor with a number 4 pick, but why not take the most talented player in the draft if he's available? New head coach Arthur Smith revived Ryan Tannehill's career in Tennessee. Don't be surprised if he helps Ryan regain his MVP form, especially with all those weapons he'll be working with now in the passing game. Number 24, Las Vegas Raiders, previously 24th. For the 3rd straight year, the Raiders went off the board with their first selection in the draft. This time they took Alabama offensive tackle Alex Leatherwood with a number 17 selection. Even if you don't like that pick, you gotta tip your hat to the Raiders for somehow getting TCU product Trevor Moehrig with a number 43 selection. Number 23, Denver Broncos, previously 21st. The Broncos have been one of the busiest teams this offseason. How can you not like the additions of Ronald Darby, Kyle Fuller, and can't miss rookie Patrick Surtain? Our only concern here is the quarterback position. GM George Payton passed on Justin Fields and Mac Jones. Speaking of quarterbacks, keep an eye on the Aaron Rodgers trade rumors. If Denver makes a move for him, they'll become instant Super Bowl contenders. Number 22, Chicago Bears, previously 23rd. How quickly can things change? We've all spent forever calling out the Bears for their constant mishandling of the quarterback position. But finally, GM Ryan Pace got the hint and swung for the fences by moving up to take Justin Fields with the number 11 selection. Suddenly, the Bears have a legit franchise quarterback. So much for that whole Andy Dalton QB1 thing. Number 21, Dallas Cowboys, previously 20th. Will Micah Parsons be the ultimate game-changing force the Dallas defense needs in order to take that next step? The NFC East is really a 3-way battle at the moment, but if Dak Prescott is healthy, Dallas could absolutely run away with it. Number 20, Arizona Cardinals, previously 18th. We really want to put Arizona inside the top half. It's just too bad they have to play in the totally unforgiving NFC East. That said, it's hard to complain about their work at the draft. Tulsa linebacker Zaven Collins will be a great replacement for when Chandler Jones decides to leave. Arizona needed another wideout too, and they got that in second rounder Rondell Moore. This offense will light up the scoreboard. But can the defense hang in there against the high-powered offenses in the NFC? That's the million-dollar question. Number 19, Pittsburgh Steelers, previously 19th. We almost never like the idea of taking a running back in the first round. But the Steelers' selection of Najee Harris is an exception. They had to address the position, and Harris will do wonders in this Pittsburgh offense. We highly doubt the Steelers will repeat as AFC North champions, but if Harris can produce immediately, this offense will fly, and it should be enough to help them compete for one of the 3 wildcard spots. Number 18, Minnesota Vikings, previously 22nd. Whoa, what an offseason for the Vikings. And if Aaron Rodgers gets traded, the NFC North is theirs to lose. Trading down from 14th spot to 23rd with the Jets and still getting Christian Darrisaw was absolute brilliance by GM Rick Spielman. And we love the Kellen Mond selection, because Kirk Cousins needs some competition there. If the defense can regain their usually stingy form under Mike Zimmer, many could emerge as a true dark horse Super Bowl contender. I'm serious. Number 17, Washington Football Team, previously 11th. Hard to not be disappointed with Washington's approach to the QB position this offseason. We love the Jamin Davis selection in round 1. You're telling me they couldn't even find a way to land Kyle Trask or Davis Mills? Come on. Number 16, New York Giants, previously 16th. Here is your team to beat in the NFC East, for now. In round 1, the Giants got another playmaker for Daniel Jones and Kadarius Toney. In round 2, they landed pass rushing stud Azeez Ojulari. Great work here by GM Dave Gettleman, who enters 2021 in the hot seat. Number 15, Tennessee Titans. GM John Robinson addressed all of the Titans' major needs at the draft. If high-risk, high-reward prospect Caleb Farley stays healthy, the secondary will improve significantly in short time. Linebacker Monty Rice and corner Elijah Molden were also great finds by Robinson. And wideout Des Fitzpatrick, the 109th selection of the draft, could be a hidden gem. The Titans have all the pieces in place to defend their AFC South title. Now they just gotta make it happen. Number 14, Los Angeles Chargers, previously 17th. What an offseason for the Chargers. Upgrading the O-line was the main priority for GM Tom Telesco. He started by signing former Green Bay Packers All-Pro Corey Linsley in free agency. A month later, Telesco used his first rounder on Northwestern offensive tackle Rashawn Slater. Pure genius. How can Justin Herbert not be the happiest man in the 2021 NFL offseason? And getting Asante Samuel Jr. in round 2? That's one way of trying to neutralize Patrick Mahomes twice a year.
I'm seeing double here. 4 Crusties.
Book these Chargers for a winning record in 2021. Number 13, New England Patriots, previously 14th. This was not a good offseason for Patriots haters. The team didn't even have to trade up, and Bill Belichick was still able to just sit back and watch Mac Jones fall to him with the number 15 selection. Why did all these teams let the Patriots get their next franchise quarterback so easily? Anyway, there it is. The Patriots have their long-term answer under center. And they got another steal when Christian Barmore fell to them with the number 38 selection. More draft brilliance by Belichick. Another Patriots dynasty is on the way. Wonderful. Number 12, Seattle Seahawks, previously 12th. The Seahawks only had 3 picks in the draft, but they came away with good value here. Western Michigan receiver Dwayne Eskridge will be another fun weapon for Russell Wilson. And Oklahoma corner Trey Brown can only upgrade one of the league's worst passing defenses. Seattle has plenty of gaping holes across their roster, but as we've seen over the last 3 years, Wilson in that passing game is all the Seahawks need to get into the playoffs. Number 11, New Orleans Saints, previously 10th. Drew Brees has retired. The short-term future of the franchise is now in the hands of the Jameis Winston-Taysom Hill duo. Yes, the Saints lost a lot of key players this offseason, but let's not forget the immense amount of talent on their roster. The Saints defense also has 2 new weapons in Peyton Turner and Pete Warner. That's bad news for the rest of the NFC South. Number 10, Indianapolis Colts, previously 13th. The Colts should be able to fix Carson Wentz. We saw what he did in 2017 when head coach Frank Reich was his offensive coordinator in Philadelphia. And you gotta love Kwity Paye. They selected him in round 1. Not sure how he fell to them at the number 21 overall spot. Now opposing offenses have to account for him, as well as Darius Leonard and DeForest Buckner. Yeah, good luck. Number 9, Miami Dolphins, previously 9th. Miami's main goal this offseason was to upgrade Tua Tagovailoa's supporting cast. We'd say adding Will Fuller and Jalen Waddle more than accomplished that. And you gotta love the Jalen Phillips selection at number 18 overall. Miami needed a game-changing pass rusher, and they got it. The gap between the Dolphins and Buffalo Bills has shrunk by a substantial amount here. Number 8, Green Bay Packers, previously 5th. If the Packers end up trading Aaron Rodgers, they'll move way down the list here. For now, we have to rank them based on what they have. Eric Stokes was a good find late in the first round. We can't help but wonder why they couldn't just take a receiver there. At least they addressed the position by taking Amari Rodgers in round 3, I guess. Although it's probably not enough to convince A-Rod to stick around. Number 7, San Francisco 49ers, previously 8th. With the 3rd overall pick, 49ers took Trey Lance. He'll be their quarterback of the future, but he may not be their QB for 2021. Word has it that Jimmy G could still be the starter for one more year. Either way, this 49ers team has all the pieces in place to make another run at the Super Bowl. Number 6, Baltimore Ravens, previously 7th. Thank you, Ravens. Thank you for getting a receiver for Lamar Jackson. Rashad Bateman should do great things in Greg Roman's offense. Speaking of thank yous, GM Eric DeCosta should send a gift basket to the teams who let Odafe away fall to them at number 31 overall. There's another pass rushing specialist for Don Martindale to build his defense around. Number 5, Cleveland Browns, previously 6th. The Browns defense needed a lot of work at the draft. Getting Greg Newsome and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah with their first 2 picks was the perfect solution, and this came after the Browns signed Troy Hill, as well as Jadeveon Clowney and John Johnson III. It's not crazy to think the Browns could field both a top 5 offense and a top 5 defense in 2021. Number 4, Los Angeles Rams, previously 4th. Even with a lack of draft capital, the Rams still came away with some nice picks, like Tutu Atwell in round 2. But it's the trade for Matthew Stafford that really makes the Rams a top 5 team heading into 2021. There's no doubt about it. Number 3, Buffalo Bills, previously 3rd. The Bills knew they had to fix the pass rush at the draft. Taking a pair of defensive ends in Gregory Rousseau and Carlos Basham Jr. should solve that issue. Unless something big happens between now and week 1, it looks like the Bills will remain Kansas City's biggest threat in the AFC. Number 2, Kansas City Chiefs, previously 2nd. Who needs a first-round pick when you can trade for a young superstar offensive tackle like Orlando Brown Jr.? They also added Joe Thuney before taking center Creed Humphrey in the 2nd round of the draft. I guess this means Patrick Mahomes won't have to run for his life as much next season. Number 1, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, previously 1st. The Bucs did all their heavy lifting ahead of the draft. GM Jason Light brought back all 22 stars from the Super Bowl 55 championship team, making them the logical favorite to repeat. They also added Joe Tyron with the number 32 selection, giving them yet another impactful pass rusher. Could this team be even better in 2021? Probably. What changes would you make to our post-draft power rankings? Join me in the comment section below. Make sure to follow myself and TPS on social media. We post great content all the time. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. We're on everything. Go subscribe, go follow, go check us out. If you like this video, give it a like. It takes one click down below, and subscribe to TPS. We post videos every day. Every day's a new video. Of course, thank you so much for watching. I'm Jason Biondo. I'll see you next time.
On my knees.